Hello. So let's talk about how many women suffer in silence. Yes, many women are dealing with domestic abuse and they're suffering in silence because of shame and embarrassment, because of fear and just not knowing how to get out of it. But many women suffer in silence. Domestic abuse, when it's happening, it does not discriminate. It can happen to any woman. And every time a woman goes into a relationship, they don't think that something like that would be happening to them. So it doesn't matter if that woman is middle class, a rich woman, a poor woman, a black woman, a Caucasian woman, a Chinese woman, an Indian woman. It doesn't matter your background, your race, your social status. You could be a doctor, a teacher, a lawyer, the person working at the pharmacy, at the grocery store. Many women suffer in silence. There are women who you work with who are going through domestic abuse and you have no idea because they still come and put a smile on their face. There are people who you go and speak to in an office and they're going through domestic abuse. Your doctor might be going through domestic abuse. Many women suffer in silence. It does not discriminate. And there are so many different examples. One in particular, I remember I was taking my kids to school, and as I got out the car and was walking to the school building, there I saw one of the teacher that works in the school, and she was talking to a gentleman. And I passed them by, brought the kids into the school, came back out, and passed them again, still talking. And then I got in my car, and by the time I turned my car around and got to the stoplight, across from me, they're still there talking by the school building. And then as I'm at the stoplight and I look over, he aggressively like grabs her and push her up against the wall and grabbing onto her arms in an aggressive manner. And I was shocked. So here is this teacher who is at the school building about to go in to teach, and she was just being handled roughly and aggressively by obviously her intimate partner, whether it's a boyfriend or a husband. I don't know. But here he is grabbing her up, roughing her up, and then she's supposed to go inside and teach the kids for the rest of the day. Definitely, when she goes into that classroom, she will be a little bit emotionally disturbed and just not feeling totally herself. And she might just even take out her frustration on the children, right? And then by the time I look, the light turns green and it's time for me to keep going, for me to get to work. But I couldn't believe what I just saw. And seeing this teacher all the time, it would have never been a thought in my head that she's dealing with domestic abuse. There are wives of doctors who are killed by their husbands from domestic abuse. When I used to see that, I used to be so shocked. Like, what? Because I'm thinking someone like that is going to act with more prestige, not to go that far. But it can happen to anyone. And of course, I've experienced it myself. And so it's no more shocker to me that any man can be capable of committing domestic abuse to their wife or girlfriend. So domestic abuse can happen to any woman. Some are strong enough to walk away immediately, and some are not. But most times they are not, because by the time that physical abuse starts happening, that woman's mind is already broken down. She has already lost herself. She has already been manipulated to a point where mentally she's already imprisoned. So, in her mind, even though the door is there physically, mentally, that door is locked. It's padlocked. She's imprisoned. There's a grill on it, right? In Jamaica, we say a grill, but we're talking about a door with bars. That's what she sees. There's no escape. So many women suffer in silence. And there are many men who their sisters are going through domestic abuse and they have no idea. I know of some right now. They have many brothers and they have no idea their sisters going through domestic abuse. So you would think, why not reach out to her brothers, right? But because of fear and the entrapment in the mind, because it doesn't happen right away. There's a stage to it most times. The manipulation first, breaking you down on the inside first, the man doing that to the woman, right? Allowing her to become so weak and feeling that he's the only one who cares about her and she has no one else, even though she knows she has like five brothers. That's the way it works mentally. Just totally broken, emotionally, mentally, psychologically broken, destroyed, lost of self esteem, lost of self worth. And so that woman remains in it because in her mind, there's no way of escape. She's trapped for life and just doesn't have the strength to leave. And I've already done a video on why, on the $1 million question, asked to every abused woman, why did you stay? Right? So many women suffer in silence. The woman who you're attending church with, many of them are being abused. Oh, yes. Many pastors' wives are being abused. Many teachers are being abused. It doesn't matter what their social status is. Many women suffer in silence. Many women. And many women have experienced domestic abuse in some form. Many women suffer in silence. Okay, take care now. Be safe and pay attention. Pay attention to your sister. Pay attention to your niece. Pay attention to your aunt, to your mom, your best friend, your associate, your co-worker. Pay attention. The pain is there, right in their eyes, right in that woman's eyes. Just pay attention. Hear her words and try to help. And if she doesn't want to take the help right away, just remember that it's a mental situation. She's in a mental prison. And so don't give up on that woman. Keep asking her, keep offering your help. One day she'll take it. Take care now.